too vulnerable, too out of control. But the surgeon put me at ease. He seemed to ask all the right questions. He made me think about why I was there, because I'd had enough of chronic diarrhea, severe cramps, and bleeding. I'd had enough of taking steroids, living in the loo, and isolating myself from the rest of the world. He told me that although there was no perfect solution, surgery was the only cure. I could never be perfectly normal, but surgery would make me better. As he put it, the disease was not perfect. Taking medication was not perfect. Even the surgery was not perfect. But if surgery would improve the quality of my life, there was no choice. I had to have it done. The first step was another colonoscopy, just to be absolutely sure that what I had was ulcerative colitis. Then he handed me the pelvic pouch procedure pamphlet and told me it was important to read it from cover to cover. He was right. It took me through the entire process with detailed drawings that clearly illustrated the anatomy and the procedure. I can't emphasize enough how much the pamphlet helped me understand what was going to happen to my body. It really gave me a greater appreciation of the surgery itself and made me aware of what to expect at each step of the way. The doctor went on to explain the surgery. He said I was a candidate for what he called the two-stage pelvic pouch procedure. That meant there would actually be 2 operations. I couldn't imagine enduring one, let alone 2. Then came the dreaded words. During the first part of the procedure, my colon and rectum would be removed. It's a good thing Bob was there because I heard very little after that. All I could think about was, I'm going to be mutilated. I'm going to lose a part of my body. I'm not going to be whole again. I couldn't get past that. The surgeon said something about keeping my small bowel in place because that's where most digestion happens. He also saved the anus and all the muscles and nerves I needed for controlling my bowel movements. But I guess I didn't understand what he was talking about then. It was the pamphlet that helped make everything clear, especially the part about how 2 loops of my small bowel would be stitched together to form a pouch, a kind of colon substitute. It needed time to heal, about 3 months. So during the first operation, a part of my small bowel would be redirected to the surface of my abdomen, something the surgeon called an ileostomy. A disposable appliance would be attached to the opening or stoma to collect my stool. Later, during the second surgery, the stoma would be closed and my stool would return to its normal route. The words sounded so clean, so simple. However, the effect on me was devastating. How would Bob feel about me after the surgery? How could he make love to someone who had a bag full of human waste stuck to her stomach? How could I live, even temporarily, with such a constant reminder that I wasn't capable of controlling my bowel? Would Bob and I have any life at all? Then I caught myself. What kind of life did we have now? We couldn't socialize. We couldn't take trips to the mall, let alone vacations. I was always harnessed to the damn toilet. Still, I felt apprehensive and afraid. I was worried sick about the ileostomy. He gave me the names and phone numbers of other patients. I was determined to call them and find out how they had coped. Anyway, I had some time before pre-admission to get used to the idea.